Hi, I am Samuel, but everyone calls me Sam, and this is my story. A story of hope and resilience. When life threw bigger storms my way, losing loved ones, facing hardships, struggling with my own doubts, I reminded myself, bend but don't break. My life is not perfect, but it is proof that resilience can carry you through the darkest nights, and hope can guide you toward the brightest mornings. I was the fourth born in a large family of 9. It was the Christmas of 2011 when I last saw my dad. I was in grade 5 in a remote primary school in Woodlark Island, Milne Bay Province. It remains one of the coldest moments of my life, one I never really spoke about openly. My dad, who was the head teacher, was posted to a different school. At first, the temporary separation didn't hurt too much. He took along my eldest brother, my eldest sister, and the brother immediately after me. There was no network or communication where we lived, so we never got to speak to each other. Days turned to weeks, weeks to months, and months into long, silent years. One particular night, I was awakened from my innocent childhood sleep to find my mother quietly sobbing. And that was when I truly understood what pain looked like, when it is written on the face of your own mother. With our father gone, the breadwinner absent, my 5 siblings and I had to grow up overnight. We lost the privileges of being the head teacher's children. My mother, once respected as a teacher's wife, now had to learn survival the hard way. And we, her children, had to learn with her. From 2012 to 2014, I fought to become something I never thought I'd have to be. A fisherman, a farmer, a provider. My Uncle Philemon, who I sadly lost at sea in June of this year, helped me erect a small hut for my mother and siblings. It was nothing fancy, just bush materials and sago leaves, but it sheltered us. It became home. I learned to fish. I learned to plant food. I learned to live without a father's protection. Childhood innocence was stolen from me too early, but those years taught me endurance. In 2015, I was selected to attend Misima High School, now secondary school. That meant leaving home. My mother took me to Alatau town, carrying the weight of both pride and sorrow. At the wharf, she adjusted my clothes, held my bag, and told me to be strong. She tried not to cry in front of me, but I saw her heart breaking as she waved goodbye. I will never forget that moment. At Misima, life was still hard. I had little to nothing compared to my classmates. School fees were always a mountain my mother and I had to climb, but I endured. I reminded myself that I wasn't just there for myself, I was there for her, and for the siblings I left behind. In 2017, I was selected to continue grades 11 and 12 at Holy Name Secondary School. Once again, the struggles didn't stop. The schoolwork was harder, the environment was new, and poverty followed me like a shadow. But I pushed on. I studied under dim lights, wore the same clothes over and over, and often went hungry. Yet through it all, I held on to one thing. I could not waste my mother's sacrifice. Then came the moment that changed my life. I was selected to attend Pacific Adventist University. I left Alatau with only a backpack. Inside were just 1 trouser and 2 t-shirts. That was all I owned. While others arrived with suitcases and new clothes, I walked into Port Moresby with nothing but faith, hope, and my mother's prayers. At PAU, life was not easy. The city was unforgiving, and poverty hit me harder than ever before. But I endured. I reminded myself daily, I didn't come this far to quit now. And then, on November 19th, 2023, I graduated from university. That day was more than just my achievement. It was my mother's victory. It was proof that her prayers had carried me, that her sacrifices had not been wasted, that her tears had watered the soil of my success. Since then, I've worked 2 jobs. They don't pay much, but I am grateful. I know this is just the beginning. I cannot give up, because giving up would dishonor every step of the journey that brought me here. Through it all, one thing remains true. My mother was with me every step of the way. In her prayers, her hope, her sacrifices, her strength, I may have walked the road with my own feet, but I walked it on her faith. And this is why I share my story with you, especially the single mothers. Don't give up. Your children see you. They feel your sacrifices. One day they will rise and they will carry your strength as their foundation. If a boy from Woodlark Island, who once had nothing but a single trousers and 2 shirts, can walk across a university stage, then believe me, your story is not over yet. I am Samuel, and this is my testimony.